What'd you think of Saturday afternoon, I guess?
Well, what'd you guys think? I guess. No, it was a fun day. I've been part of both those kind of things, both those kind of games during the course of my life. It's fun when everything connects. Really happy for our kids, and got a chance to play a lot of guys, and we executed at a high level, and those things can get out of control one way or the other. Sometimes everything you call works, and sometimes nothing you call works. And it's just a matter of continuing to build on what we said. We said we wanted to get a little bit better and a little bit better. And I think when you watch the film Saturday night or Sunday morning, like some of us did, I mean, there's still corrections. There was things that we went back through, and boy, we really got to, particularly with the twos. I thought we got great reps out of, at my position, Adam Moore, but he didn't grade out very well, overall. Made some big plays, but he's a guy that we got to go in there and clean up details and do all that. And there's no better place to get reps than in a game. So there's an opportunity to build on that, and I don't. A lot of people talk about like running up the score, things like that. And I don't. It's not always about that. Sometimes it's about. I'm never going to get more valuable reps than I could get with Adam Moore in a game like that. And that doesn't mean that you like fake punts and things like that. You know what I mean? It's not. But you can still go attack and play, right? We designed these things to have 11 opportunities to play. You got to go play, and so that was a great opportunity to see those two guys get in there. We spoke a couple weeks ago about wanting to be in position a couple weeks from then to start clicking on offense, and I think we're a lot closer. Obviously, a game like that can mask some things that are still going, that you got to correct, but it does give a lot of confidence to a group that's playing pretty good right now.
Joke with Preston, it was, I think, the first play of the game, but still first pass of the game last year against Tulsa, 75-yard touchdown to Rashid. Second play, first
I didn't
pass
think about
play,
that. Yeah.
74 yards to Romello. But what does that do for a quarterback to just right out of the gate have a big play and just kind of roll that momentum throughout the game?
Sure. Well, it's you can see what it does. I think it's obvious, instant confidence. Coming in with that. Gives a guy like that in the completion setting, and that was a down the field throw. It wasn't necessarily always an easy throw per se, and so doing that, and I'm really proud of Preston and how far he's come. He's continued the entire year, even through the frustrations and development of to where he's at now. He's always protected the ball. He's always been a great leader. He's always been the same guy at practice. His consistency has led our entire team's consistency to continue to develop in the way we have.
For Adam, is that type of a game? I know he didn't grade out perfectly, but is that type of a game where he could now earn more reps? Right there with RJ, maybe 2 tight end sets or things like that. Is that on the table? Or?
Yeah, I think so. There's still certain things that I'm not ready to put on his plate yet. He was a late addition in the summer. We've had a lot of development, but it was just. His course of getting here kind of put him behind a lot of what we had. And so asking him to operate some of the read protections and things that we do is not fair to him right now. So we want to make sure that we still got Nolan and we got Micah Hiltz that have really stepped in and played well in those kind of supplementary roles. And so, but for sure, he's a guy that's a threat, in situational offense that I think is a guy that'll continue to have more opportunity to show up and do those things if he continues to develop like he has.
And sticking with that, just RJ, it seems like every week there's a big play, fourth down catches, touchdown catches, that big.
Yeah.
He showed off his speed a little bit.
It's coaching. It's coaching. No, he's a great player. Man, he's a great player. And when you have great players, you put them in position to make great plays, and he's done a great job of that. And really excited for him. He is a professional-minded kid. He comes out here and he approaches it the same way. He's intentional about the way he practices. He was out there. He was the first guy in line. We do a half line drill on Tuesdays, which is like it's a bloody your nose drill, to make sure that we keep our physicality the way we want it to. And he's the first guy to jump in there and do that. So here's a guy who's like top 5 in tight ends in the nation in receptions, and he's going in there trying to block power against our defensive line, which is pretty good, And so it's more of an illustration to his mindset, I think, than anything. But he's a guy that's making plays. He's stayed fairly healthy, knock on wood. You know, we've supplemented him around him really well, and he's one of those guys that's I think gives the quarterback a lot of confidence on clutch downs.
What does Rice's defense, what challenges do they present?
You know, that guy's been there a long time, and he's done a really nice job. And actually played him a couple times when I was at UAB. And they have a lot of multiplicity in what it is that they do, and kind of the nature of maybe not just the defense itself, but how they operate the game. You know, they limit your possessions, kind of in not necessarily like Navy does it, but in similar results sometimes. You know, you get fewer possessions, you get fewer opportunities. And so that gives them the opportunity to present more looks, I think, than you would normally, you know, have to see when they get settled into that. And, you know, I saw their best players, probably their defensive end, 12. I saw that he had gotten hurt last week. I don't know what his status is going in, but certainly a guy that we'd have to prepare for from that standpoint. I think their corners are talented players. You know, what Rice they do a great job of playing to their skill set. I think they protect where they're deficient, and I think that they attack where they're strong. And that's when you play a smart football team like that. You got it demands your execution, and so we've got to, you know, we can't rest at all. Those guys are hungry. You can see they're playing better. I thought their loss to UConn was a complete fluke. I mean, I think that they're a better team than what their record shows, and that ain't a bad record, you know. So excited to get an opportunity to go down there. I know that we're going to get their best shot, and certainly we hope we can continue the momentum that we've started to build here.
And with that, when you're coming off scoring 55 and 69, knowing that that's not going to be a weekly thing, is there any talk of, hey, if things aren't clicking maybe as much as they were, don't get down, just keep
yeah, I need you guys to relay that to our boosters and the news media and my head coach. And as long as we're good with that, but yeah, no, you know, it's those games are super fun. Obviously, I think that there's some realistic net, right? I mean, let's be real about what football is and the opportunity that presents you. You're not going to get a defensive score every game, and, you know, you're not going to get turnovers that put you in position 20 yards away and things like that. You're not going to get one score. I think we've had 5 one-score drives in the last 3 weeks or so, you know, just craziness like that. So we got to one-score drives, one play score drives. Yes, you know, we've talked a lot about adversity coming. It's like looming out there, right? We haven't necessarily we've experienced some adversity, like particularly offensively in the middle of the East Carolina game, but I don't know that we were never behind. You know, I don't know that we've been behind in a conference game. So it's being able to know that that's coming. There is going to be a time this season where we're behind. There's going to be a time this season where it's the fourth quarter and, man, we got to make a play to win the game, right? That time is coming, and I think that continuing to preach the expectation that, hey, we can't be surprised, we can't be caught off guard by that. You know what I mean? When it arrives, welcome it, and then let's attack it like we have been doing. So cool.